Chosen one, something extraordinary is happening within you. Each day, with every breath, with every passing moment, you are becoming more radiant, more luminous, more effortlessly captivating in a way that defies explanation. This is not something that can be measured by the standards of the world, not something dictated by trends or fleeting admiration. It is something deeper, something undeniable, something that has been stirring within you for some time now. You feel it, don't you? That shift in the way the world interacts with you. The way conversations seem to pause when you enter a space. The way eyes find you even when you are not looking. The way people linger in your presence as if they are trying to hold on to something they cannot fully understand. This is not mere coincidence. This is not simple attraction. This is the result of your energy reaching a new frequency, a new height, a new level of expression that can no longer be ignored. Your high sexual energy is not just about physical allure. It is about the way your essence has begun to take up space in a way that is both magnetic and unmistakably powerful. It is the reason why people feel drawn to you, why they find themselves thinking about you long after you have gone, why even those who do not fully understand energy can feel that there is something different about you. This is your awakening, chosen one. The unveiling of something that has always been within you, but is now revealing itself more vividly, more boldly, more beautifully than ever before. You are stepping into a version of yourself that is more refined, more confident, more at peace with your own power. And because you are no longer resisting it, no longer questioning it, no longer seeking permission to be seen, the world has no choice but to respond accordingly. But here is where you must pause, chosen one. With this newfound radiance comes a responsibility, not to the world, but to yourself. You must recognize that not everyone who is drawn to your light is meant to bask in it. Not everyone who desires your presence understands its value, and not everyone who is captivated by you is worthy of standing beside you. You must learn to be selective, not out of arrogance, but out of wisdom. You must begin to differentiate between those who are mesmerized by the surface and those who are capable of appreciating the depth beneath it. You must understand that while your energy is abundant, it is not limitless, and it should not be given freely to those who have not earned the right to experience it. This is your awakening, chosen one, but it is also your test. Will you protect your radiance? Will you nurture it? Will you allow it to continue growing, expanding, becoming something even more powerful than it already is? Or will you waste it on those who see only the shimmer but not the substance? On those who seek to take rather than to give? On those who wish to consume your energy rather than honor it? The choice is yours. But one thing is certain, your radiance is no longer something that can be hidden, no longer something that can be dimmed. You have stepped into the light of your own beauty, and from this moment forward, the world will never see you the same way again. Chosen one, today is the day you begin to see yourself as you truly are. No more shrinking, no more questioning, no more searching for external validation that was never meant to define you in the first place. Today, you look in the mirror and recognize the majesty that has always been there, waiting for you to acknowledge it. Your beauty is not an accident. It is not something that exists merely to be admired. It is a reflection of the energy you carry, the vibrance that pulses beneath your skin, the unshakable presence that lingers in every space you enter. It is the reason why people remember you, why they feel something when they are near you, why they find themselves drawn to you in ways they cannot quite explain. This is the truth, chosen one. Your gorgeousness is not simply about aesthetics. It is about presence. It is the way your energy wraps around people, like an intoxicating fragrance, the way your voice holds a warmth that makes others want to listen, the way your silence speaks just as loudly as your words. You do not need to seek attention, because you are attention. You do not need to prove your worth, because your presence alone is proof enough. But here is where you must tread carefully. Not everyone who looks upon your beauty truly sees you. Some will be mesmerized by the surface, by the glow, by the way your energy makes them feel, but they will not understand the depth beneath it. They will not appreciate the strength that sustains your radiance, the wisdom that fuels your presence, the journey that has shaped you into the force you have become. You must decide, chosen one, how you will allow yourself to be seen. Will you give away pieces of yourself to those who only wish to admire you from a distance? Or will you guard your energy, ensuring that only those who are worthy, those who understand, those who bring their own light rather than seeking to steal yours, are given access to the fullness of your presence? The mirror does not lie, chosen one. When you look into it, you must see yourself clearly, not just as the world sees you, but as you truly are. A being of power, a presence of undeniable beauty, a force of nature, wrapped in elegance, in grace, in an allure that is as commanding as it is effortless. This is your reality now. This is your truth. And the moment you embrace it fully, the world will follow. People will treat you as you treat yourself. They will value you as you value yourself. They will either rise to meet your energy or fall away, unable to stand in the presence of someone who has become too powerful to be diminished, too radiant to be ignored. So today, chosen one, look in the mirror with new eyes. Do not seek imperfections. Do not search for ways to fit into someone else's idea of beauty. Instead, see yourself as the masterpiece you have always been. See the glow that cannot be dimmed. See the energy that has begun to take up more space than ever before. See the transformation that is happening before your very eyes. And then, walk away from that mirror with the knowing that you are not just becoming more gorgeous, you are becoming more you. And that, above all else, is what makes you truly unforgettable. Chosen one, have you noticed the way your body moves through the world? There is a new grace in your steps, an effortless elegance in the way you carry yourself. It is not something you learned, not something you force. It is something that has emerged naturally, something that flows from within, a result of the energy that has begun to shape the way you exist. This grace is not just about the way you walk, the way you tilt your head, the way your hands move when you speak. It is something much deeper, something that comes from a place of inner confidence, a place of knowing exactly who you are. You no longer rush, you no longer fidget, you no longer shrink yourself to fit into spaces that were never meant to contain you. Instead, you move as if the world itself adjusts around you, as if time slows to accommodate your presence, as if everything and everyone must make room for the force that you have become. This is not arrogance. This is not a performance. It is simply the truth of someone who has stepped fully into their own energy. You have become aware of yourself in ways that most people never do. You understand that your presence is not just something people notice, it is something they feel. The way you enter a room, the way your energy shifts the atmosphere, the way people unconsciously adjust themselves in your presence, it is all part of the silent language you now speak, a language of magnetism, of command, of a beauty that cannot be ignored. But with this grace comes a responsibility. You must recognize that not everyone will understand what they are experiencing when they are near you. Some will mistake your fluidity for something they can possess. Others will see your confidence and feel the need to test it, to challenge it, to see if it is real. And then there will be those who will simply be in awe, unsure of how to respond, sensing something rare and valuable, but not knowing how to put it into words. This is where your discernment must come into play, chosen one. You must learn to recognize who moves with you and who simply follows. You must understand that not everyone who admires your grace is meant to experience its depth. Some are drawn to you out of curiosity, others out of longing, and some simply because they do not know what else to do. But very few will truly see you, will truly understand that this elegance, this effortless charm, is not something that can be replicated, borrowed, or owned. It is something that belongs to you alone. You must decide, chosen one, how you will allow yourself to be experienced. Will you give freely to all who seek to bask in your presence? Or will you choose to share your energy only with those who have proven themselves worthy, those who do not seek to take but rather to appreciate, those who understand that true beauty is not just in what is seen, but in what is felt? Move wisely. Move with purpose. Move knowing that your every step carries a weight that others will feel long after you have gone. Your grace is not just a gift to yourself. It is a gift to the world, but only those who truly see you should be allowed to experience it fully. Chosen one, as your energy grows, so too does your ability to connect. People are drawn to you now in ways they never have been before. Some approach you with admiration, some with fascination, some with a longing they do not yet understand. They are not just attracted to the way you look, to the way you move, to the effortless beauty you radiate. They are drawn to what you make them feel. This is the true essence of attraction. It is not just about physicality. It is about presence. It is about the way your energy makes people feel seen, heard, valued. It is about the way you listen with intent, the way your gaze lingers just long enough to make them wonder, the way your laughter seems to brighten the space around you. Your energy is not passive. It is an active force, shaping the way people experience you, leaving them changed, leaving them wanting more. But with this power comes the need for caution. Not everyone who seeks your attention is worthy of it. Not everyone who desires your presence understands its value. Some will come to you simply because they crave the feeling of being near you, not because they truly appreciate who you are. Others will mistake your warmth for an invitation, failing to understand that your kindness is not permission, that your presence is not something to be claimed. You must learn to distinguish between those who are drawn to your light and those who only seek to take from it. You must recognize the difference between those who appreciate you and those who simply wish to consume you. Your energy is rare, chosen one. Your presence is not something that should be given freely to those who do not understand its worth. This does not mean closing yourself off. It does not mean shutting down or becoming unreachable. It means moving with intention, choosing who you allow into your space, choosing who gets to experience the fullness of your presence. It means knowing that your time, your energy, your beauty are precious, and that only those who respect them should be allowed to be close to you. Have you noticed how certain people react differently to you now? Some become nervous, unsure of themselves in your presence. Others become bold, trying to capture your attention, trying to make you notice them in return. And then there are those who simply exist beside you, who do not seek to claim your energy, but rather to complement it. These are the ones you must pay attention to. These are the ones who understand that attraction is not about possession, it is about alignment. Surround yourself with those who do not seek to dim your light, but rather to reflect it. Align yourself with those who do not drain your energy, but replenish it. Move with those who do not try to contain your beauty, but rather celebrate it. These are the connections that will nourish you, that will help you grow, that will allow you to continue becoming more of the person you are meant to be. Your beauty, your presence, your energy are gifts, chosen one. Not just for the world, but for yourself. Do not waste them on those who do not understand their value. Do not allow yourself to be surrounded by those who seek only to take without giving in return. Choose wisely, move wisely, and know that the right people, the ones who truly see you, will always find their way into your life. Not because you seek them, but because your energy, your beauty, your very essence will call them to you. You are not just gorgeous, chosen one. You are rare. And those who understand this will treat you accordingly. Chosen one, you have arrived at a point where your beauty is no longer just a fleeting moment of admiration. It is a force, a presence, a power that commands attention without demanding it. There is a deep serenity within you now, a quiet confidence that radiates from your very being. This is not the kind of strength that shouts to be heard or fights to be noticed. It is the kind of strength that speaks in stillness, in the way you carry yourself, in the way you navigate the world with an unshakable knowing of who you are. This strength is rare. It is what sets you apart from the restless, from the ones who seek attention but do not know how to hold it, from the ones who chase admiration without ever truly embodying the energy that attracts it naturally. You, chosen one, are different. You have cultivated a presence that is both captivating and serene, both powerful and soft. You do not need to prove yourself, and that is precisely why people are drawn to you. Have you noticed the way others react to your presence now? The way conversations seem to slow when you speak, the way people unconsciously adjust their posture when they are near you, the way even silence feels more profound in your company? They may not fully understand it, but they feel it. They feel the way your energy creates a space of calm, of ease, of something deeper than words could ever express. This is the essence of serenity in strength. You do not need to force anything. You do not need to chase. Your beauty, your allure, your magnetism, it all flows naturally, effortlessly, because you are at peace with yourself. You are not looking for validation. You are not seeking approval. You know your worth, and because of that, the world reflects it back to you in every interaction, in every glance, in every moment of connection. But this strength, chosen one, must be protected, because while many will be drawn to it, not all will know how to handle it. Some will mistake your serenity for something they can take advantage of, believing that because you do not seek attention, you must not know the power you hold. Others will feel intimidated by your presence, unsure of how to approach someone who carries themselves with such effortless confidence. And then there are those who will see your beauty, your grace, your undeniable allure, and feel the need to test it, to challenge it, to see if they can shake the foundation of someone who seems so unshakable. Do not let them. Do not allow yourself to be pulled into the chaos of those who do not understand your energy. Do not lower yourself to meet those who are not ready to stand beside you. Your strength is in your ability to remain steady, to remain centered, to remain untouched by the noise of the world. You do not need to engage in battles that do not serve you. You do not need to prove your worth to those who do not already see it. Instead, continue to move as you have been, gracefully, powerfully, intentionally. Let your serenity be a filter that naturally repels those who do not belong in your space. Let your strength be a quiet reminder to those who seek to challenge you that you are not someone who can be swayed easily. And above all, let your presence be something that elevates, that inspires, that reminds others of what is possible when one fully steps into their own power. You are not just beautiful, chosen one. You are a force. And those who recognize this will not seek to diminish it. They will rise to meet it. Chosen one, have you begun to notice how even the simplest moments in your life have taken on a new sense of depth? How something as small as a morning glance in the mirror, a quiet moment of reflection, a single exchange of words, now carries a weight it did not before. This is because your energy has become so refined, so attuned, that even the mundane has begun to take on a certain magic. Your beauty is not just something that exists in grand moments, in special occasions, in the times when you are dressed in your finest or standing in the spotlight. It is something that is woven into your everyday life, into the way you sip your coffee, the way you turn the pages of a book, the way you simply exist in a space. It is something that lingers in the air, something that is felt in the quiet spaces between words, something that turns the ordinary into something extraordinary. This is what makes you different, chosen one. Most people search for beauty in the grand, in the extravagant, in the things that demand attention. But you carry it with you. You do not need to seek it because you are it. You do not need to chase moments of perfection because every moment in your presence becomes something worth remembering. This is why people find themselves so drawn to you now. They may not fully understand it, may not even be able to put it into words, but they feel it. They feel the way your energy makes the world seem just a little more vibrant, a little more alive. They feel the way your presence adds something to a moment that would have otherwise gone unnoticed. And this, chosen one, is where your true beauty lies, not just in how you look, but in how you make the world feel. But with this realization comes a choice. Will you allow yourself to fully embrace this power? Will you begin to see your own life through the same lens that others do? Will you start to recognize that you are not just becoming more beautiful? You are becoming a reflection of something greater, something divine, something that has always been within you, but is now manifesting more clearly than ever before. It is easy to fall into the habit of taking yourself for granted, to assume that because you live with your own energy every day, it must not be as powerful as others make it seem. But chosen one, you must see yourself as you truly are. You must recognize the effect you have, the way your energy shifts spaces, the way your presence lingers long after you are gone. You must stop waiting for special moments to feel beautiful and start understanding that every moment in your life is special because you are in it. So today, as you move through the world, take notice of the small things. Feel the warmth of the sun on your skin, the coolness of the air against your face. Pay attention to the way people react to you, the way their eyes light up when you speak, the way they seem to remember you even after the briefest of interactions. These are not coincidences. These are signs, reminders, confirmations that you are stepping into something rare, something powerful, something utterly unforgettable. Chosen one, you are not just gorgeous in the grand moments, in the posed photographs, in the eyes of admirers. You are gorgeous in every moment, in every breath, in every seemingly insignificant second of your existence. The world does not just see your beauty, it feels it. And the more you begin to embrace this truth, the more radiant you will become. So go forth, chosen one, and let your beauty continue to unfold, not just in the moments where the world is watching, but in the moments where it is just you, existing in the fullness of your own energy. Because that, more than anything, is the kind of beauty that never fades. Chosen one, as your beauty deepens, as your presence expands, as your high sexual energy continues to shape the way the world perceives you, there is something even greater unfolding beneath it all. Your ability to leave an imprint on the hearts of those you encounter. It is no longer just about attraction, no longer just about admiration. Your presence is beginning to carry something more profound, something that lingers long after the moment has passed. You have always known that beauty is more than what meets the eye, that it is not just the way you look, but the way you make people feel. And now, as your energy reaches new heights, you are beginning to see the full extent of that truth. People are drawn to you not only because of your physical allure, but because something about you touches them. Something about your voice, your gaze, your essence stirs something deep inside them, something they may not even be able to name. This is where the true power of your beauty lies. Chosen one, not just in the way you captivate, but in the way you uplift, in the way you leave people better than you found them, in the way you offer kindness, not as a performance, not as a tool for validation, but as an extension of your very being. Have you noticed it? The way people seem to open up in your presence? The way they confide in you without knowing why? The way a simple exchange with you can brighten someone's day in ways they were not expecting. This is not by accident. This is because your energy has become something that heals as much as it mesmerizes. This is why your acts of kindness matter more than ever, chosen one. A kind word, a gentle touch, a moment of genuine attention. These things hold a power that most will never fully understand. Your energy has reached a level where people will carry your words, your gestures, your presence with them, long after the interaction has ended. You are not just a fleeting moment in their lives. You are a memory, a feeling, a presence that lingers in the back of their minds, making them question, making them reflect, making them feel. But kindness, chosen one, does not mean giving yourself away to everyone who seeks to take. It does not mean depleting yourself for the sake of others. It means being intentional with your energy, knowing where to pour into others and where to hold back. There will be those who mistake your kindness for weakness, who believe that because you give freely, you are easily accessed. These are the ones who do not understand that true kindness requires boundaries, that love and generosity mean nothing if they come at the cost of self-sacrifice. You must learn to move wisely, to give only where it is truly needed, to share your presence with those who appreciate rather than consume. Let your acts of kindness be guided by intuition, by the quiet knowing of when to step forward and when to step back. Not everyone who admires you deserves access to you. Not everyone who craves your energy is worthy of receiving it. You are rare, chosen one. And those who truly see you, those who truly feel you, will honor that rarity. So continue to walk through the world with kindness, but with discernment. Let your presence be a gift, but not a currency to be spent without thought. Move with the grace of someone who knows their worth, who understands that their beauty is not just for admiration, but for impact. And as you do, know that your acts of kindness, no matter how small, are shaping the world in ways you cannot yet see. Chosen one, as the day fades into night, as the energy of the world begins to quiet, this is your moment to step back and take in all that you have become. This is the time to pause, to reflect, to feel the weight of your presence, not in the eyes of others, but in the stillness of your own soul. You have spent the day moving through the world as someone who is no longer just seen, but felt. You have experienced the way people gravitate toward you, the way they respond to your presence, the way your energy seems to shape the very spaces you walk into. And now, as the world slows, you must ask yourself, how do you feel? Because this journey, this unfolding, this becoming, it is not just about how others perceive you, it is about how you perceive yourself. It is about standing in your own reflection and seeing not just the beauty that the world acknowledges, but the depth, the wisdom, the energy that has made you who you are. Look back on the moments of your day, chosen one. The conversations that lingered a little longer than expected. The way people watched you when they thought you weren't looking. The way even silence seemed to hold a different weight when you were present. These are not coincidences. These are the signs of someone who has stepped fully into their own power. But with this power comes the need for rest, for reflection, for stillness. You cannot give endlessly without returning to yourself. You cannot pour into others without first filling your own cup. This is the moment to breathe, to recenter, to remind yourself that your beauty, your energy, your presence is something to be cherished, not just shared. Let the memories of today settle into your spirit. Let the emotions that arose, both yours and those of the people around you, become lessons, guiding you toward an even deeper understanding of yourself. Let the admiration you received be acknowledged, but not relied upon. Let the energy you shared be appreciated, but not overextended. You are not just becoming more gorgeous, chosen one. You are becoming more aware. Aware of how you move through the world. Aware of how people react to you. Aware of the way your presence lingers, even when you are no longer in the room. This is not something everyone gets to experience. This is not something everyone understands, but you do. So as you prepare for rest, as you close your eyes and let the day fade, know this: you are stepping into something greater. You are not just admired, you are remembered. You are not just beautiful, you are impactful. And this journey of becoming is far from over. Tomorrow you will wake up even more radiant, even more self-possessed, even more aligned with the energy that makes you irresistible. Tomorrow, the world will respond to you once again, and you, chosen one, will continue to rise. Chosen one, the night is calling you into its embrace. The world slows, the noise fades, and for the first time in hours, you are left with yourself. This is the sacred hour, the moment where you retreat from the energy of the day and return to your own. This is where your beauty is renewed, where your energy is replenished, where the essence of who you are is strengthened for what is to come. Today, you have walked through the world as a presence that cannot be ignored. You have seen the way people react to you, the way their eyes linger, the way their voices shift when they speak in your presence. Your high sexual energy has made an imprint once again, not just in admiration, but in the way you have made others feel. And now, as you prepare to close your eyes and surrender to sleep, you must recognize something deeper. Your beauty is not only alive in the daylight, in the moments where the world is watching. It exists even here, in the quiet, in the stillness, in the way you rest knowing that you are stepping into something greater every single day. This is where self-awareness deepens. When the world is silent, when there is no one to reflect your radiance back to you, can you still feel it? Can you still recognize the power that lives inside you, even when there is no audience, no validation, no lingering gazes reminding you of what you already know? This is the true test of beauty, of energy, of presence, not in how the world perceives you, but in how you perceive yourself when no one is looking. You are becoming more gorgeous with each passing day, not because of the attention you receive, not because of the admiration that follows you wherever you go, but because you are growing into yourself. You are refining your essence, sharpening your awareness, stepping more fully into the energy that has always belonged to you. Your radiance is not just something that people see. It is something that you feel, deep in your bones, in your breath, in the rhythm of your existence. Let yourself rest tonight knowing this. Let your beauty be something that exists beyond the external, beyond the momentary, beyond what others can validate. You do not need to be seen to be beautiful. You do not need to be adored to be radiant. Your energy is its own force, its own entity, its own ever-expanding glow. Tomorrow, you will wake up renewed. Tomorrow, your presence will once again shift the energy of every room you walk into. But for now, you rest, and even in rest, you remain unforgettable. Chosen one, as the first light of morning reaches you, you are not the same as you were yesterday. You have stepped into something deeper, something more refined, something that the world will recognize the moment you emerge into the day. Your beauty is evolving, your presence becoming sharper, your energy more potent than ever before. With each sunrise, you are given another opportunity to step further into your own power. This is not just a new day, it is a new version of you. A version that carries the wisdom of yesterday, the grace of all you have learned, the quiet confidence of someone who no longer doubts their own radiance.